morning, afternoon. So we are up at the cabin today. Parents' little cabin up here. And I just had scrambled eggs and bacon for breakfast, and then I had to bring something easy for lunch, obviously. So we just packed in our cooler. I had some lettuce. I could do like little lettuce wrap. Some prosciutto. And I put a little bit of my Tessie Mae's Ranch on there. And some tomato chunks, and I just rolled it up into little lettuce wraps, and it was great. It was perfect. So super simple, instead of doing like a sandwich, just like a little lettuce wrap. And I brought the prosciutto because I went to the store late last night after our dinner fail, and the deli wasn't open to get any like deli meat that doesn't have sugar, so prosciutto it is. But it was really good. Now we're just up here and we're enjoying this beautiful place. I feel like I can never go like camping or anything without snacks. I have some mixed freeze-dried fruit, but that's all it is. It's just freeze-dried, no sugar added. And I've got my cashews that are raw, so that they just contain cashews and none of that other crap. And I also have some nectarines, which have been delicious. Eating on the way home. Got my own topping, and my burger in a bowl. This is what we're having tonight. We're having salmon cakes because my hubby is not a huge fan of salmon, but we're going to my parents tonight, so he'll have a different option, which means, yeah, I'm going to experiment with this, and I hope they're good. So here's all my ingredients. I'm going to make the salmon cakes in the salsa, and we'll see how it goes. Step one, we've got our bell pepper cut up pretty small with some olive oil, and we're just going to soften it up in the pan for like 2 or 3 minutes. This is all the stuff I'm doing for the patty. So I've got the salmon in there, the cooked bell peppers, onions, all the seasoning, and mayo. I have all my patties made, and I admit they look kind of like cat food right now, but as always they smell good, and we're going to fry them in some olive oil now. They're obviously supposed to look like that when they're done, so I have high hopes that they will look better, but more than that, I just hope they taste good. Things are going well. They're not falling apart at all, so nailing it. At last they're cooking, I actually ended up with 10. Got my little salsa made. It's literally just mango, avocado, a little bit of red onion, and some lime juice. These are my cooked ones. Got a few really sad looking ones. So in the look department, probably a fail. But in the taste department, they're actually pretty good. I tasted some. They're really good. I'm excited to try it with the salsa on top. So, yeah. At least it's better than the kebabs we made the other night. I can tell you that much. Mixing it up today for breakfast a little bit. So I have some scrambled eggs. But then I just cut up an apple with some of this mixed nut butter. It has no peanuts in it. So, we're good to go there. And then I've got my rasa over here, which today's the first time I'm going to be drinking it without anything in there. I usually put at least honey, usually honey and almond milk, but the almond milk I have isn't compliant. So, yeah, having some rasa for some good adaptogens and energy. And then this to kind of just give me some freshness and something to break up all the breakfast eggs. And Ben's got a muffin. Alright, so salmon cakes again for lunch with my salsa, and honestly, these taste way better than they look. I really like them. And the salsa, there's just the 4 ingredients, the mango, avocado, red onion, and then lime juice. Seriously, you could use for a whole ton of things. Like, I don't know, my sister put it in her pork chili last night because she liked it. And I've got some for Ben, so hopefully he likes it. But yeah, I'm excited. This is a good one. Good morning. I don't know what day it is. It's Tuesday, which means we're on day 17, I think. Which I might have accidentally said the wrong day I was on a couple of days ago. If I did, sorry. I'm on day 17 right now. And I'm starting off today. So I was talking to my dad and my husband separately about how I have a hard time because I'm such a breakfast person. I love breakfast. I love to make crepes and waffles and pancakes and French toast and just everything. I love breakfast food. It's my favorite meal of the day. And when I'm on Whole30, most of my breakfasts amount to eggs, something to do with eggs. And I've done like that salad to kind of mix it up in different things. But after talking to my dad, I got an idea to do kind of a breakfast sandwich because they have this little like egg McMuffin maker thingy. So I am peeling a sweet potato right now. I'm going to cut it up and make it into like the little sweet potato buns the way I did, or that you do for the barbecue pulled pork, or barbecue chicken, the pulled chicken, shredded chicken, whatever it is. And I'm going to do some little buns like that so that I can have like a bun for my breakfast sandwich. And then I'm going to do some bacon and some lettuce. And then I'm going to try again to do like a little poached egg so that when I cut into it, I can have like the yolk and stuff on the sandwich. So that's the plan. I'll take you along. We'll see how it goes. Because I am having a little bit of a hard time just wanting to like eat scrambled eggs for breakfast or whatever, even with different stuff mixed in. Because now it's been over 2 weeks and it's a lot of eggs. So I am feeling really, really great. I've done yoga the past 2 mornings, which makes me feel awesome, and I actually have like energy to do it. I feel motivated and pulled even to do it, to take care of my body in that way. I talked about it on Instagram yesterday actually, how like I feel that the more I take care of my body and the more I'm like eating clean and putting good nutritious stuff into my body, the more my body is like asking me to take care of it in other ways. And so for me, that I'm just really feeling pulled and motivated to do yoga and take care of myself in that way. A couple years ago, before I got pregnant with Ben, I was doing a lot of stuff to like really take care of myself, and a good amount of it was so that my body would be in like prime optimal shape to have like a healthy pregnancy and feel good and carry Ben and all of that stuff. And so I was doing yoga constantly, and I was getting really good at it and comfortable with it, and I felt awesome. It helps me so much physically and mentally. And even Austin all the time would tell me like, you're a completely different person when you do yoga, like you seem so happy and calm. And I mean, I'm generally a calm person, but there's definitely a big shift in me when I do yoga a lot. So I'm already feeling like leveled up and great eating this way, and so now to add in yoga and stuff, I'm feeling really, really good. And that always spills into other parts of my life and how like productive I am during the day, how I'm able to focus at work, the quality time that I spend with my family feels more quality. I sleep better, just everything in life is better when I'm doing all these things. And it feels like, I guess, Whole30 was like that first kickoff, that first step to get me headed in this really great direction to finally really start taking care of myself again. I feel like I use natural makeup, and we try and eat organic, and I try and do a lot of healthy things. I don't take a lot of medicines. Like we use a lot of plant-based stuff, essential oils and different things. So I feel like I'm always trying to take care of myself, but this is just like another level of really, really stepping that up and really focusing on taking care of myself. And there's no time better than right now, right? So it's going awesome. There's a little update. I've got my sweet potato peeled, so I'm just going to cut it up, olive oil, salt, and get it in the oven. Bacon's cooking. I've got my poaching water ready, but I haven't started boiling it because we still have 13 minutes on. Got little sweet potatoes in there. Although they're small, so maybe they won't take that long, but we're getting there. Here it is, guys. Got my sweet potato, little lettuce, little bacon, and my like mediocrely poached eggs. And I am stoked to dig on in. Be real honest with you guys right now. So tonight we're doing Mongolian beef ramen bowls, noodle bowls. And they're supposed to be in the slow cooker with big like chunks of stew meat, beef. But that stew meat, beef, I don't know why I'm saying that weird. The beef chunks for stew is what we used for our skewer thingies that did not go well at all, so I'm scared to use it again. So I am 100% adapting this recipe. We're not doing it in the slow cooker. I'm doing it with thin sliced meat, and I'm gonna cross our fingers and hope that it turns out good. All right, we've got this sauce ready. Besides mixing, got olive oil, coconut aminos, garlic, and freshly grated ginger. I really love Asian food because I love all those things. Like I said, I'm not following the recipe how it's supposed to be. So this meat, since it's sliced so thin, is going to cook really fast. So instead of adding it first and then the sauce, I am doing the sauce first, and I actually added a little bit of the arrowroot powder that it had me toss the meat in to this so that it'll kind of start thickening up as I like cook it and get it going. And then we'll get the meat in there and get it all tossed and cooked and stuff. In this bowl we have some zucchini noodles and some semi-thinly sliced bok choy, and I covered it, mixed it with a sauce that was sesame oil, salt, pepper, and some rice vinegar. And over here I have added the meat, and you can see it's already like half cooked. It's been in here for like 2 minutes. But I did get my sauce a little thickened up, and then we added this, so we'll get that all cooked, and then we'll get the broth warming up and mix everything all together. Meat cooked. Trying to keep it warm. Got the broth in here. And I did want to show you guys. So I can always find chicken broth that's compliant. I never have an issue with that. But the bone broth, like beef broth, anything like that, I've had the hardest time. But this Kettle and Fire brand is compliant. So they're in much smaller like boxes than regular broth, so they are a little bit more pricey, but they're compliant, they work, and I'm excited to taste it because this is the first time I've used it in a recipe, so getting that all toasty and warm. Greens are in the bowl. Meat is in, and now we just have to add the broth. There it is. Dinner is served. Fingers crossed it tastes good. That actually turned out really good. I am perfectly thrilled with the choice that I did to go with the different meat and to not do it in the slow cooker and make it take 5 to 10 hours. It was delicious, and the meat was great, and Ben's eating mac and cheese because, I don't know, didn't look appetizing to him, I guess, but go on it, bud. It was great. I loved it. Definitely would do that again. I promised I'd bring you guys along shopping, and here I am. You can see most of the stuff in my cart is all fresh stuff. I do have bread and rolls for my boys. Got my meat up here. And I was just going to pick up some bacon. And of all the bacons I've ever tried to get doing this Simple Truth no sugar bacon is the only one I've found that doesn't have sugar in it. So, if you have a Smith's by you, that bacon's the best. And I actually did just finally find a sausage, this one, that has no sugar added. So if you look at it, right there, it actually is compliant, and I've been trying to find that for ages and finally did. So that's kind of where we're at. I've got most of my list done, but I've got a few more things I need to get. I'm trying to find a salsa, and a lot of salsas, it turns out, have added sugar or like weird preservatives in them. So I'm getting this pico de gallo. You can see what's in it there. Nothing bad. I mean, it's not technically salsa, but it's close enough for what I need it for. Well, I made it home from shopping. I got almost everything I needed. There's one thing I couldn't find. It's called harissa. I'm not sure. But it's like a pepper sauce stuff that we're going to be using for one of our breakfasts coming up. And I could not find it anywhere. I spent like 20 minutes just looking for that, wandering around the grocery store. And I had to leave without it. And then I just ordered it on Amazon, so that'll be here tomorrow. But I found everything else. I'm super excited. The cashier even commented, wow, you're really testing my produce knowledge. Because that was more than half of all the things I was buying was all fresh produce. And I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm doing Whole30. That's kind of the way it goes when you do that. And he's like, oh, that's awesome. So anyway, lots of produce, a few little canned things, and then a good amount of meat. I think the meat is probably the most expensive part of all of this because you have to get meat for all your meals, and I don't know, meat adds up. Meat's not super cheap. So yeah, but everything's going really well. And I was even talking to my husband tonight at dinner. We just had some steak and salmon that we grilled. I used some of my Thrive Market stuff for my salmon, and we just kept it pretty simple. But he was even commenting, yeah, every time you do this, I always notice you're kind of more brightened up, you have more energy, and and it's true. I always feel so good when I do this. I feel awesome. I feel healthy. I feel like I have energy to keep up with this crazy monkey.
And that thing.
And that thing. So, yeah, we're, I don't know, we're on day like 18, I think now. But everything's going great. Oh, and I was going to say, so my period did show up a few days ago. And I was telling my husband it was weird because I usually get cramps before my period. Like, I have some indication that it's time. I had nothing. Like, I have had the most minimal symptoms. I haven't been grumpy or anything. Like, if I didn't know, I wouldn't know. Like, I feel pretty much almost normal, which is weird. So I kind of attribute that to Whole30, just having everything in check and being healthy. And the healthier you are and the more hormone disrupting chemicals you don't have in your food and body and stuff, obviously it affects all of your hormones and cycles and everything in a positive way. And I feel like I'm seeing that, which is awesome. I won't complain about that. So, ladies, take note. Yesterday, I was telling you we had the salmon with the steak, and so today I didn't really have lunch super planned, but I decided to use some of the leftover salmon because the piece that I had was gigantic. I could not finish it last night, so I decided to make a salad. I just have spinach, fresh tomatoes from our cute neighbors, some of my salmon from last night, and then Tessie Mae's ranch. It looks bomb.